Is Selena Gomez really quitting music? T.I. and Tiny? You about to be clinked up. Of course, I saw that Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Super Tease, Super Trailer, and we're going to get into all of those amazing and iconic things right here in the Green Chair Chats. If you're excited, get some green hearts and crystal balls in the chat right about now. Right now. Right now.
Manifest, now I'm blessed. Life is sour, then it's sweet, like the lemon with the zest.
Hello, everybody. I am your homosexual Courtney Revolution, and welcome to a Kiki with Mimi, home of the Green Chair Chats, and as always, home of speculation, not confirmation. This is the pop culture Kiki that you have been missing. I want to say a good morning, a good afternoon, and a good night to all of the rebels of the revolution. If you are here right now, get some green hearts in the chizzy chat. Let's get some crystal balls in the chizzy chat because we have got a lot to get down to today. Sorry, that was a lot. I'm feeling a little bit amped up because I'm on my second cup of coffee. And the reason why is because I wanted to make sure that I was energized. I was ready to go. I wanted to feel like I had 2 batteries stuck in my pack for when we really sit down and get into what exactly is going on with Selena Gomez. I'm going to ask you guys some speculations about what is going to happen. Also, we got T.I. and Tiny, y'all. You thought it wasn't looking good before, bitch. It's certainly not looking any better now. Some interesting Housewives tea if you guys watch Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, the newest franchise sort of in the domain. They're currently filming for season 2. And something has kind of come out about Jen Shah. And I want to hear your opinions on that. Also, we've got like Doja Cat news because she just dropped the Streets music video, and we're going to get into all of that. But while you're putting green hearts, crystal balls in the chat, today, tell me where you are watching from, because today I'm feeling a little bit nosy. I want to know where all over the world y'all are watching from. Sorry if I'm being real extra. It would be so awkward if I were doing all of this and going through all of the motions and there was no sound. Thankfully, there is. Loretta's got green hearts, crystal balls, green hearts. Very is saying, I'm gonna need Selena to at least drop that Selena collab before she's done with music. Oh, don't you worry. We're going to get into all of that here on today. Don't you worry. Okay, Holly is from Arkansas. We've got Adrianelli from New York. Shout out to New York City. NYC. I was in a musical performance of Annie in like the 8th grade, and one of the songs in that musical was NYC. I wasn't in that singing number. I was just a butler, bitch. Comedic humor. That's what I'm good for. We got Texas. We got Philly. We got Linda from the ATL. 70 degrees today. Linda, shout out to you. I woke up freezing this morning. I think the weather in LA, because I normally get up around like 6-ish. I feel like the weather is around like the 40s. And I'm like, brr, bitch, it's cold in here. There must be some toros in the atmosphere. I said, oh, we. Ice. Sorry, I'm feeling really extra. Shout out to Amanda. Hey, Amanda. As always, you guys know what time it is when Amanda jumps up in the gig. That's your reminder to like the video, give it a thumbs up, make sure that you guys subscribe, click the notification bell so that you guys know when I'm going to go live, which is every Monday through Friday at around 9-10-ish a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You come here for the Kiki, and I'd like to think that you stay for the Mimi. I don't know. You tell me. We got a Texas transplant from Arkansas. We got the 305. Shout out to Cat. We got El Paso, Texas. One of my good friends is from Texas, so shout out to Texas. If you guys know JC Kalen, and JC is from Texas. If you guys are O2L fans, that's a real specific reference. If you're part of the YouTube community, if you've been around for a moment, you know about O2L, Our Second Life. We got Josie from the 801. And as always, we've got our good sis Mika. She's from Nebraska. How you doing, Meeks? Shout out to everybody in Nebraska. I'm feeling really campy and annoying today. My apologies. Oh, we got Morocco in the house. We got Long Island, and we got Florida. Shout out to Florida, specifically Orlando, just because I used to live there. You guys know that. I used to do the Disney College program once upon a time ago, years and years and years ago. Rest in peace to Vista Way, my old apartment complex. I believe they're tearing it down. If you guys didn't get a chance to do Disney College program and do that and live Vista Way, girl, and live your life, bitch. I'm sorry for you. We got Amanda from Massachusetts, per usual on that daily. Shout out to you, Amanda. A lot of you guys come every single day. When I check the analytics, it'll say like people that are subscribed to watching, people that are not subscribed to watching, and it always is a lot more subscribers than not. So I just want to say thank you. If you've made me part of your day routine, I appreciate you. And now I'm going to hopefully be the gift that keeps on giving, and we are going to get started, but not before we talk to Karina. Shout out to Karina. Karina is saying it's 61 in Jersey. Yes. Shout out to Jersey. I know that sometimes Jersey gets a bad rap, but I feel like I've had some good club nights out there in the old Jersey. And Wendy Williams is from Jersey. Like, there are good things about Jersey. So shout out to all my Jersey girls out there, everyone on the East Coast, everyone on the West Coast, everyone out in the UK from all around the world. I'm sending you lots of green hearts. Y'all just can't see it because I'm not in the chat. And shout out to Bailey from Dublin. What's up, y'all? Shout out to Dublin. I don't know why I'm whispering, you're not a baby. Shout out to Dublin and everyone that is watching outside of America. I know it's kind of a mess here right now, but shout out to you. And hopefully it's better in your country. Bam. And shout out to Carmen from South Africa. Ooh, shout out to South Africa. Black History Month is over, but I need to make sure that before this year is out, I rewatch The Color of Friendship. That normally comes on Disney Channel. Someone really recently, I feel like it was my friend Corey that did the show 12 Dates of Christmas. I feel like maybe it was him that said that we need to get like a remake or a reboot of The Color of Friendship for like this generation. And I agree with that. If you've seen the movie, let me know in the chat. But let's sort of get the ball rolling, right? We're already 7 minutes in. We've kikied, we've green-hearted, we've crystal ball. Let's get into some of the news. As you guys know, I mix it up. I toss things here, I toss things there. Today, we're gonna start out a little bit lighthearted, and then as the show progresses, bitch, we're gonna get into some things today. Now, the first thing that I would like to talk about is Megan Thee Stallion. And y'all know we love Megan Thee Stallion here. And I love Megan Thee Stallion, especially when she's not in the news for Tory Lanez related things. I love to just hear that Megan Thee Stallion is doing something good. So let's get into it, you guys. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. Let's get Megan up on the court cam. Bam. Now, Megan Thee Stallion is helping put women on top with her latest $1 million campaign with Fashion Nova that she announced on International Women's Day, which was yesterday. Now, the rapper's Women on Top philanthropic initiative works to empower women by supporting their education, businesses, charities, and organizations with donations, scholarships, and grants. Every day throughout this month, which is Women's History Month, Fashion Nova Cares will highlight the female recipients who were pre-selected to receive $25,000 or more for a total of $1 million. Now, Megan says, I'm excited to collab with Fashion Nova Cares on the Women on Top initiative and be part of giving $1 million to support women-led businesses and organizations. These donations are life-changing and will help women of all ages get one step closer to making their dreams a reality. Come on, Megan. You guys, this is really good news. Firstly, I just want to say once again, shout out to women. This is your month. In my opinion, it should be the whole damn year. I think that this is great because we hear a lot in the news about businesses being led by men. Everything is male-driven, male-led, men doing it, male pull out your toolbox. And sometimes I feel like, well, what about women? What are women doing? What are y'all up to? I feel like women face so much just on a day-to-day basis. You guys have heard me say this before. Just stepping outside of the house, like any person can encounter anything. But I feel like from personal experience, I have seen women just go through their own set of challenges and obstacles just walking out of the front door. And so anything to help women that are trying to get their lives together, owning these businesses, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And shout out to Megan Thee Stallion, because one thing that you could never say about Megan Thee Stallion, to me, from my perspective, is the fact that she doesn't champion other women. And I feel like at this point, excuse me, I feel like at this point, it's almost kind of like part of her brand. She kind of came into the game trying to like befriend all of the women rappers and bring them all together. And now she's giving back. Shout out to her. I can't be mad at that. What y'all talking about? Now we got Samified by Sam. Hey, Samified by Sam. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Guys, if I miss a super chat, let me know. Let me know. Caroline is saying, I love Megan. She's great and generous. And I absolutely agree. I think that Megan is giving, and I feel like a lot of celebrities I think celebrities can come across as if they're afraid to give back. At times, maybe they'll look a certain way. I don't know. But I enjoy the fact that it seems to just be part of Megan's character to just give back. I mean, she is in school to be part of the health industry, which makes sense. You kind of have to have a certain level of customer service, care, commitment to responsibility. Seems like a good move. Shout out to Bobby. Bobby is saying, did I miss you talk about Doja? Bobby, the show just started. You know I'm long-winded and I take the whole hour to get into everything we're going to get into. So no worries, Doja is coming up. No worries. Tegan is saying, I love the empowerment beyond this month. I agree. And Megan is saying, best time to be named Megan, especially since I am 6 feet tall. Megan, you Megan Thee Stallion number 2. You better come on, Megan. Come on. Samified by Sam is also saying, yes, Courtney, thank you for all your support. Always. And Universe Unicorn is saying, sis looking fire in that red leather. You guys, not a lot of people can pull off leather. Not a lot of people can pull off colored leather at that. And I feel like Megan Thee Stallion, girl, you did that. Yes, ma'am. Cass is saying, sorry I had to after watch on Friday and yesterday. Glad I made it for the live today. Thanks for the kickies. Shout out to you, Cass. We've got a lot to get into today, so I'm glad that you made it too, because we're going to be getting into some things over there, some things over there, some things right here. So you just sit tight, get your seatbelt. I don't have a seatbelt. Just, and we're going to get into it. All right, you guys. Let's talk to Megan real quick. Megan is saying, you are the best. Thank you for making me smile. Thank you, Megan, for just being here. If you're watching this, whether it's live, if it's after, I know you got a life. I know you got work, school, kids, husband, wife. You got a whole bunch of stuff going on. You watching it after, same amount of love and kisses right to you. And I hope you had a good day, honestly, truthfully, because you know the world is sick. Karen is saying, I made it, and I'm glad that you did, Karen. Let's move on. What else is going on today? Oh. Hey, Mika. Mika saying, Courtney, love you and thanks for being great. Mika, you already know. Girl, you ain't never got to be worried. You always have my love. Always. Everyone, shout out to Nebraska. Because Nebraska, shout out to them. Come on, Nebraska. Patricia is saying 101 here in the chatty chat. Thank you guys for being here. That's my kiss to you. Thank you, Patricia, for reminding me, because I never really look at that. But let's get into what else is going on. Doja Cat released her brand new music video for her single Streets. And let's talk about it, you guys, because I feel as though there's like, let's talk about the music video first. Bam. Doja Cat really does not miss when it comes to her music videos, right? Now, she released her project Hot Pink literally back in 2019. But it seems as though Doja Cat gonna squeeze every last little bit out of this era, and I'm not mad about it. Now, the song Streets went viral on TikTok, and it kind of kicked off this steamy silhouette challenge where you would sort of like dance fully clothed, and then when the beat drop or the beat switch up or the word switch, then all of a sudden you're like naked in front of like a red light. Well, maybe some people were naked, not everyone was naked, but it's about showing off your sexy silhouette in the red light. And I thought that it was very cool that Doja decided to incorporate that theme into her music video. The music video kind of starts off with like a guy like driving up and he looks into a window, like a Bloomingdale's window, imagine, Barney's, what have you, if you're from New York, East Coast. And all of a sudden, that switch happens and it's Doja and she's giving us red, sexy vixen silhouette. And then y'all, her ass turned into Spider-Man. Her ass was crawling up. Hold on, let me get the picture back up so y'all can see Spider-Man. Doja Man, y'all see her climbing up on the side of the damn building? She was climbing up, y'all. She said, I'm the predator, I'm here. Then y'all, hold on. Then she was up in the webs, y'all. She had the man twisted up in the webs. I was here for it. When it comes to visuals, Doja Cat doesn't really miss. And that's a good thing, right? I feel like because she's such a versatile artist, there's a very thin line between what can be successful and what can be too much of something. And I think that Doja Cat does an excellent job of doing her own thing and bringing it to the table in an organic manner. Like the silhouette challenge did not have to be part of her music video at all, but she did it in a way that didn't feel corny or like cheesy or like it was a shtick. Like even in the Say So video, I know the moves, but I can't remember right now. She did the Say So dance in the music video and it just was a part of it. It didn't feel like something that was tacked on. You guys, have you seen this music video? Because I was getting my whole entire life last night. Doja Cat, specifically in the visual department, she just does not miss. I want to say shout out to Amanda, another super sticker. Hey, Amanda. Hi, girl. Make sure if you just got here, especially if you hear from Miss Doja Cat, that you like the video and you subscribe because we love to talk pop culture. And if you love it, you might as well subscribe and stay a while. Samified by Sam is saying, I haven't seen this video yet, Courtney, and you just made me need to see this. Listen, you guys, I know I'm talking 1,000 miles per minute. This is a good music video. I thought that it was sexy without being explicit. I thought that it's a little bit geeky with the Spider-Man theme. Like, I think that there's something in it for everyone, you know? Very, 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 very interesting stuff. Shout out to Doja Cat. And before I move on, I just want to bring to the table, y'all, I think that Doja Cat might want to move on from this Hot Pink album from 2019 because we've gotten so many singles and so many music videos from it, and she has been very discreetly teasing her next project already. Planet Her, I believe it's called. SZA's on it. Like, we know things about the album already, allegedly, speculation, not confirmation. And I think she's trying to move on, and I feel like maybe, speculation on confirmation, maybe her team is seeing all of the hype around TikTok, and every single time something catches off on TikTok, it's best to capitalize off of it. I think that's why we're getting the Streets music video, but I'm kind of ready for the next Doja project. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to see what that sound's gonna be. I wanna know what that theme is gonna make me feel inside. Shout out to Doja, but to Doja's team, let her go. Let Streets be the last single, the last music video we get off of this project, and let's move on. Don't you agree? I agree. Tegan is saying, yes, it's a hot video. Brittany is saying, agreed. It's time to move on, Doja. Give us the bops. You guys, I agree. I like Doja Cat. I definitely enjoy the fact that she's so good at many things. Rapping, singing, producing, dancing. Y'all know Doja Cat used to pop and lock. I saw a video on Twitter the other day, bitch, from years ago. Doja Cat was popping and locking like her ass was rerun. Like she was, I said, oh, well, okay. Don't let me challenge Miss Doja to a dance battle. She would win, but I would certainly give up a good effort. Believe that. Patricia is saying, what do you think she is waiting for before she releases new music? Honestly, I think that it's not, I think it's her team trying to get the most out of this album. When you do an album like Hot Pink, which has so many different elements, you've got straight up pop, you've got rap hits, you've got pop rap hits, you've got slower R&B jams. There's so many different audiences you can activate by capitalizing off of each single that it makes sense from a business like point of view. But as a fan, I can feel that Doja is ready to move on. I think that she's excited, you know what I mean? But maybe her team is like, well, Doja, before we move on to the next step, we gotta make sure that people outside of TikTok know that streets is a thing, you know? I don't know. I'm excited for her though. I think that she will continue to have a bright future. And I also would like to make it known that I would like to see Doja Cat and Nicki Minaj collab on a song that was an original and not a remix if they are both up for it. We need to have like a female rap discussion. I'm gonna need to call one of my friends and get them up here so we can have a female rap discussion. There's just a lot of girls out right now, and I feel like maybe you guys don't know all of them. Maybe I don't know all of them, and we need to have some sort of kiki about that. I'll figure it out. Corinna is saying, I would pay to see Doja after it's safe. Girl, listen to me. Before the pandemic, you guys, I'm not even gonna lie. I had just come back from vacation and I was like silently and passively in my mind going, okay, how many paychecks am I gonna have to put together so that I can get one of these resale tickets to see Doja Cat? Like literally, I was like trying to calculate it in my mind, and then I went to the office and they said, bitch, take your ass home. We'll see you. Never, actually. Good morning, Kershell. Kershell is saying, made it. Hello, everyone, on this beautiful Tuesday. Hey, Kershell. It's a fun Tuesday. I'm over caffeinated and we're getting into a whole bunch of mess in just a little bit. But while we're wrapping up Miss Doja Cat, let's move on into some happy news. And I'll say that this is the last bit of, good news before we, okay, this is the part of the show where you ever been on a roller coaster, bitch, and you going up, this is my least favorite part, when you going up the hill, I hate the part. And then you look down and you don't see nothing but like the parking lot, maybe your car, but maybe not because it's so far away and everybody look like ants. This is that part. Now, don't you love my visual? The way I just am able to paint the scene for you. Now, let's talk about Brandy. Shout out to Brandy. Y'all know I love Brandy. Brandy is back. In case you guys don't know about Brandy, which you just may be young, Brandy is an excellent singer, songwriter, actress. Like, she is an all-around entertainer. Loved her in Moesha. Made my boyfriend watch the entire series with me from the beginning. He was very upset at how it ended. Shout out to Miles and Lil Kim. Was Miles kidnapped? Will he ever come back? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But Brandy is back and she's making her return to the small screen alongside Eve and Notori Norton. Let's talk about that. Because this is a good idea, and I'm going to tell you why. Now, Brandy is set to join Eve and Notori Norton in an ABC pilot set in Queens and centered around the hip-hop world. Now, this is the first time Brandy has been back in a starring role since BET's The Game, which used to be my show, and I need to finish that. I never finished it, but an excellent program. Shout out to Melanie and Derwin and Chardonnay. This particular story, though, centers around 3 estranged women, and 3 of the 4 are played by Brandy, Eve, and Notori, who were part of a famous hip-hop group called Nasty Bitches in the 1990s. What a name. They reunite to try to recapture the fame and swagger that made them hip-hop icons many years later. You guys, this is a good idea. I'm going to tell you right now, this is a great idea. It's an excellent idea. It's an exceptional idea. The reason why is because we've got 3 people who have all been successful at one point or another in their lives in terms of acting, right? Moesha with Brandy. In case you guys don't remember, Eve had her own sitcom, and listen, the boys and girls loved Miss Eve, okay? And then Notori Norton, I believe, is on Power, right? I feel like my mom loves that show. Mom loves Power. And Notori Norton is on that, right? So if boom, 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 you got 3 powerhouses like that and a hip-hop story centered around Queens, I don't expect this to have any less of an impact than Empire and Star. Y'all need to support this show, whatever it's called. We don't know what it's called yet now, but we need to support this the same way that we would support Empire and Star, because Star was good, y'all. Star was really good. And even though I did not finish her, I know for a fact that she was prematurely canceled. And that's what makes me not want to finish it, is knowing that it just ends and people are still kind of like, what's going on? I'm ready to support this. Shout out to Brandy. Shout out to Eve. Shout out to Notori Naughton. If you don't know who she is outside of Power, no more, no more, baby, I'ma do that. She was from 3LW. Sandra saying, don't remember Eve, but this show sounds amazing. Eve is everything. Eve had the song with Gwen Stefani. Now I have to give you up. It's only been a year. The one that's like, let me blow your mind. Eve is an icon. Mr. Makeshift said, I was just listening to Eve. Hits everyone. Eve, tambourine. Now, I want to say this. This is so embarrassing. I won't say, I'll just say this. I was in a club once, and it was a very long time ago. And I heard the beat of tambourine come on, and y'all, the shock of my life when the verses started playing and Eve started rapping. And the reason why is because at that particular time, I was so into Nicki Minaj that I didn't know. Nicki Minaj has a remix of Tambourine where she is the whole song. I had no idea that Eve sang Tambourine until I was in a club and I said, well, who's remixing Nicki's The Tambourine song? And then people were like, what? This is Eve. Oh my God, y'all, so embarrassing. So embarrassing. Tegan is saying, Brandy is underrated now and she can sing. Eve had her own clothing line. Love Eve and Notori can act. Yes, I agree. Eve has been around she's a rap, like Eve raps. She raps. You'll do some homework on Miss Eve. She's on, what was the last thing she did, y'all? She did that show, not The Real. She did The Talk. That's the one with Julie Chen. It's like Julie Chen, or maybe it's not Julie Chen. I think it's Julie Chen. It was Sharon Osbourne, and Eve was on there at one point, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Eve was on one of these talk shows. If you check out that talk show, which I believe is The Talk, you can see her on there, and she's been around forever. And Heart Girls is saying, back with the dog. You know, with the little, she used to have the dog paws, right? So you know, okay, period. Cam is saying The Talk. Yeah, she's on The Talk. So if you guys are unfamiliar with Eve, check her out on The Talk. My advice is definitely to check out that song. Just type in Eve featuring Gwen Stefani, and it should come up. Blow your mind, y'all. Eve was giving us the good pop hits, the good crossover pop rap hits. Y'all like The Talk? I haven't watched The Talk like that. Y'all like it? Let me know. Maybe I should check it out. Y'all know I watch, I'm the Wendy girl. Crazy ass. I love Miss Wendy. Let's talk about Drake. I just want to get into this real quick just because I wanted to make sure that we miss no details with Drake and this damn EP that came out. Now, do y'all think that Drake slept with Kim Kardashian? Please tell me yes or no in the chat. And then we're going to get into this. Come on, Drake. It appears as though Drake is not letting up on his feud with Kanye West, even amidst his divorce. Now, as I told you guys, last Friday, Drake dropped the Scary Hours EP, which contained the song Wants and Needs. Now, fans pointed out a lyric that seems to take shots at Kanye by alluding to an affair with his soon-to-be ex-wife, Kim Kardashian. And this is the lyric. It says, yeah, I probably should go link with Yeezy. I need me some Jesus. But soon as I started confessing my sins, he wouldn't believe us. Now, I think that's a very easy thing to sort of go the route of Drake slept with Kim Kardashian because I think that it is the public's perception that the Kardashians are, for lack of a better word, slutty. And I think that people are quick to jump to someone like Kim cheating on Kanye with someone like Drake. I think that it was very calculated, and I think that it was disrespectful, right? The reason why is because at this point, Drake has a child, Kanye West has children, and I'm sure, I would hope, that Drake wouldn't want anyone disrespecting his baby's mother in a song. But if we take a coin, which I ain't got none, and we flip it, y'all, if these were two different people, I might say, well, this is hip hop and nothing is off limits. What do you guys think? Did Drake take it too far? Do you think he slept with Kim? Let me jump into Chizzy. Amanda. Hi, Amanda. Hello. Make sure y'all like that video. Don't forget now. I'm scrolling. Y'all a mess. Brandy, what you talking about? I see y'all. Oh, Kim is saying, I always saw Kim as loyal. I agree. Heart Girls is saying, LMAO, nah, they like the publicity. Kris Jenner probably put the rumors out there herself. Maybe. Danielle is saying, no, I don't, but who knows? If she did, good for her. LOL. Y'all out here trying to sleep with Drake? Let me know in the chat. Would y'all do that? Karen is saying that you believe it. Karen has said, girl, I believe it. I think that would be very messy for that to come out. And if it is true, now y'all need to put that in the Hulu show. Samified by Sam is putting on your Smarty Pants hat. And Samified by saying absolutely not. He was with Kylie. Now, if y'all remember, Kylie was out of the studio, wasn't she? She was going out the studio with Tyga, and then there were the rumors swirling around that she was kikiing and hee-heeing with Drake. Mika's also saying no Drake. Amanda's saying, I'll take him. Patricia is saying, how long have Kim and Kanye been apart? Maybe so. You never know what could have maybe happened while Kanye was at the ranch. Yeah, honestly, yeah, because they have nannies. They could take care of kids. They could drop the kids off at Kylie. They could drop the kid off at Courtney, Chloe. Everybody got a home. So, I mean, Jen said someone needs to ask Mason whether or not it's true. Now, Jen... Messy Jen, you ain't never lied. Because could you imagine if Mason got up on that goddamn TikTok live and started spilling the beans? Tegan is saying, I think he was with Kim and Kylie. Well, according to some men in the industry, the game, it would not be out of the realm of possibility for a man to have allegedly slept with both. Do we know whether the game is lying? No, we do not. Something that he said in the past. Just wanted to throw that out there. Lois saying Mason is true. Mason is the truth. It's because he's young. Like, you know what I mean? He's young. He doesn't really have a lot of filter. He's just going to say it exactly how it is. So, I mean, can't be mad at that. And if we want the truth, sometimes you got to go to the most honest person in that family, and that person could absolutely be Mason. But speaking of Kanye and something else that he's probably worried about, Kanye West, ex-bodyguard, has tons of wild stories ahead of revealing his new documentary. Y'all, I saw this story and I felt like, can Kanye win? I don't know. I don't have the picture from yesterday because I don't want y'all laughing at Kanye in his face. So we have a nice picture of Kanye today. Y'all are silly. Now, there is a tell-all documentary centered around Kanye West's former bodyguard. His name is Steve Stanulis, and it is reportedly being sought after by multiple streaming services. Now, Page Six reported that there are already plans to start shooting the series next month and apparently tell the interesting and wild stories of working for Kanye back in 2016. Now, Steve is saying, 2 studios approached me. They see this as a 48 hours for real, or a Lethal Weapon for real. It comes from my mouth. I worked with Kanye 2 separate times. Steve worked for Kanye in 2016 and was there for the Met Gala, Kanye's infamous Saturday Night Live meltdown, and more. And though he sort of brags that he was one of Kanye's favorite guys, their relationship, girl, was flushed right down the toilet and has been riddled and infested with million-dollar lawsuits and mentions of aborted NDAs ever since, starting the same year. Now, Steve goes on to say they threatened to sue me 2 separate times, once back in the day and then on a podcast this year. It went viral and they threatened to sue me again for $10 million. And my attorney countered and it just went away. Now, if you're wondering what Kanye's team is saying, Kanye's team is calling Steve a sad, parasitic maniac. Now, y'all, interesting, right? We have Steve the bodyguard coming out with this documentary. Kanye and the team said, we're going to sue you, Steve. Steve said, okay, my lawyer said, we're going to sue you. And then nothing happened. What's going on here? It seems to me if I had some secret stuff that I would be getting out, I would be doing anything and everything in my power to make sure that that does not get out. My question to y'all is, if Kris Jenner orchestrated this, or not even that, I don't think Kris Jenner orchestrated this. Let me say this. If this series is let past Kris Jenner, that's where I'm going. If you find out from me, probably, that the show gets greenlit, would you watch? And would you believe? Yeah, that's the question I want to ask. Because I'm not too sure if I would believe all of it. And the reason why is because I'm getting clout chaser vibes. I'm getting that there'll be some truth, but I'm getting clout chaser vibes. You're kind of leading with, oh, well, I was Kanye's bodyguard during his most infamous blah, 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 blah. That sounds clout chasey to me. I think I would be interested in watching this if Steve were just, hey, I was a bodyguard for multiple people. Kanye happened to be one of them. And these are the like, what if it were done in episodes? Like, I was a bodyguard for Selena, episode 1, you know, Justin, the next one, Kim, the next one, and then Kanye. Keisha saying, I don't care. Damn, Keisha, that sounds like it's gonna be the unpopular opinion here. Sandra is saying, yes, I would definitely watch. Amanda is saying, yes. Tegan is saying, wow. Rejoice is saying, what? Ain't he on an NDA? How he gonna be able to put out this documentary, and do we care to hear from the ex-bodyguard? I mean, he could sign an NDA and be sued, but I mean, if he's making more than $10 million off of Netflix for this exclusive information, does it really matter? Would you care? Let's say, for example, if Netflix is giving you $14 million and you know for a fact that Kim and Kanye gonna sue you for about 10, you get the money, you get some time in the news. Sure, you get sued, but no one's going to really care that you lost because you'll probably still be living with at least $2 million wherever you want. Right? Fair trade? Sounds like a fair trade to me. Not saying I would do that because I don't think that I would. I'm not that kind of girl, but I do think that it is very interesting that in the midst of all of this going on, Kanye and the divorce, keeping the ring on, saying he's gonna win Kim back. He said, well, you know what, bitch? Let me come out with this documentary since things are heating up. And what the timing, right? Because the Kardashian show is ending. This is starting to shoot, what, next month? And then, what? Is this supposed to come out before or after Hulu? I don't know. I'm dead at Amanda saying Kar Jenner tea time. Kar Jenner tea time is dead, girl. The tea is finished pouring. Mr. Makeshift is saying he doesn't care. That's Mr. Makeshift. I imagine that this will probably be one of the biggest things. If it gets picked up by Netflix or Hulu, I feel like this will probably be one of the bigger things. Brissa is saying, I'll let Courtney watch it and I'll watch his review. Imagine thinking that I was going to watch that specifically to come here and tell y'all about it. I'm not about to watch this. I'm about to read the article and come and tell y'all about it. Especially if there's better reality TV out, which there always is. But let's move on to some, it's not difficult news yet, but I would like to know your opinion on this outside of I don't watch. Because on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Jen Shah is getting into some very hot water question mark, and I want to know if you see through the PR the way that I did. Let's get Jen up on the court cam. Now, if If you've ever seen Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, then you know Jen Shah as like sort of the outspoken, fun, at times she's a little bit dramatic housewife, but she definitely brought content to the show's first season, because if you don't bring the content, if you don't bring the drama, if you don't bring the storyline, your ass is demoted to friend of the show, or you just don't get a contract at all following the next season. Now, although Jen is popular, not so much in a positive sense, because she is popular, we have her stylist speaking out about how traumatizing working for Jen really was. Now, I cannot play the video, and the reason why is because I am very much aware that Jen Shah has had lawyers come out and say, girl, you want to end up in court? You better stop this mess. So I'm just going to tell you about it. So Koa Johnson, who created Shah's reunion dress, which she looked great in, you guys, to be honest, he took to Instagram after coming across this video of her basically yelling and screaming. You guys, this video was very, very intense. I feel like no matter what kind of employee you are in terms of working for a business, you should not be screaming, berating your staff. It just doesn't look good, especially when you're on a platform like Real Housewives. Now, the video says, well, Koa is explaining that the incident occurred in November 2020, and he says that he was brought to Utah to design custom couture gowns for Jen Shah. In the 10 months that he spent working, he was verbally assaulted. He had to work all hours through the night and mostly unpaid. We'll put an asterisk by that. Mostly unpaid. I had to tiptoe around a hostile work environment in an attempt to preserve my mental health and well-being. And the last payment that I received from my previous employer, Jen, was in September, even though I continued working through January. Y'all. Now, I just want to bring this to the forefront that the reason we even know about this video and that all this stuff is happening on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is because this alleged audio, video, what have you, was leaked to page 6. Keep that in mind. Now, if you watch a Kiki with Mimi, you already know that when we talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta, the storyline on that show was that what happened at the bachelorette party was leaked to the press, page 6. And now it's a thing on the show. Do we think that this is something that really happened and that this designer is really upset? Or do we think that this is part of the show? Because page 6 is always involved. It's either page 6 or Love B. Scott, who I love B. Scott. They're always sort of involved when it comes to like the blogs and housewives. I wonder if this is really something that happened. Is Jen really this awful, obnoxious, vicious monster that berates her employees? Or is this all for show so that she can sort of secure her spot for next season? Loa is saying she's terrible. Mr. Makeshift says, I love people like us that work for these Hollywood people. Grow some backbone and report they asses. Listen, I understand that, right? I think that when it comes to a situation like this, he was flown out. We don't know what his finances are. Could he get back home? He wasn't getting paid. Y'all, you would be surprised how many people work so incredibly hard and they never get paid for the services that they actually bring to the table. It's very, very, very interesting, and it's also sad. Evie is saying she's a lot. And I agree. I do think that without Jen Shah, there wouldn't be as much hype around the show, because if you watch the trailer, a lot of the best moments from the trailer are when Jen is sort of freaking out. We're going to keep an eye on that. I just wanted to bring it to the forefront. Holly is saying, maybe both. Maybe it's truth exaggerated. That's what I'm thinking. Most reality TV is. It's the truth exaggerated, right? And Universe Unicorn is saying, whether this is part of the show or not, you have to treat your employees with respect, period. Universe Unicorn, I absolutely agree. Once I worked at a cafe job in Santa Monica, y'all, and this is a quick one. I worked at a cafe job in Santa Monica, and I think I worked there almost a year. It might have been like a good 7 or 8 months. And I had a manager there that was just off the wall, like disrespectful, not only to me, but to the customers, the staff, whatever. Y'all, one day I got so fed up. I went to ask my main manager for like help with this interpersonal relationship with my manager. And she was like, bitch, I do not pay you to be worrying about employees. Y'all, don't y'all know I walked right over to the clock out, clock, and clocked right the fuck out and put my book bag on and left, bitch. And when I tell y'all it was in the middle of the breakfast rush, if you ever work somewhere that's like a diner or like a cafe, you know once 9 a.m. hit, 8:30, all the people start rushing in because they trying to get their coffee and stuff before work. Don't you know I clocked right the fuck out, put my book bag on, and I said, there are better things. There has to be, for those of y'all that know, I thought to myself, there's gotta be more to life than chasing down every temporary high to satisfy me. And then right after that, the morning tea was created. So just know, if you have an awful employer, the sun will come out tomorrow, Miss Annie. Do not worry. And always remember that karma always comes back to those that do dirty. Whew, know that. Josephina is saying they make Salt Lake City look so weird. We ain't that bad, y'all. Josephina, you from Salt Lake City, girl? I gotta come to Salt Lake. Hold on. If you don't watch Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, real quick, and then we'll move on. It's all about like Mormonism and unconventional relationships a little bit. And Mary Cosby never comes out of her closet. And I love Whitney and I love Heather. I think it's a good cast. I think going forward, they'll be exceptional. But I have to say, this is the best first season of Real Housewives that we've had in a very, very, very long time. Tegan is saying, I can't deal with rudeness. I left my corporate job and moved on. Don't you know I feel that? 901 Erica is saying, we are loving this. All you and on your terms, living for it. 901 Erica, you already know what time it is. It's Courtney time. But let's move on, y'all. Let's talk about, because I know y'all want to talk about this. Believe me, I know. I know y'all have seen the trailer for Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the new like super tease, it's like what we've seen already, but it's like about a minute extra long. And I did think that it was a decent final trailer. Let's put the family up on the screen. Welcome to the court cam. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Now, the super tease dropped and it is more of the same old with the extras thrown on top. But here's kind of what I peeped. Kendall Jenner want her ass a baby. I wanted to let that just breathe for a minute. She says, I want kids badly, soon too. That's sort of what she explained in this voiceover in the trailer, the teaser, what have you. I thought it was cool because it shows growth. Kendall has sort of always shined a light on the fact that she's not exactly the mother. Like all the other sisters have children and she's sort of been the one that's been chill. She's been calm. She's been doing her own thing. And it's nice to see some sort of growth when it comes to Kendall wanting to start her own family. What would Kendall Jenner's family even look like? I don't know. And I think that maybe that's the interesting hook for it. I don't know. That part was the part that really stuck out to me. I think she was holding Malika Tralika Khadijah's baby. And I was like, oh, well, we've never really heard that before. What's going on, Miss Kenny? Crystal is saying, yes, I was surprised that she said that. And then Mr. Makeshift says, Kendall want a baby, Devin. Samified by Sammy saying, what? That's new. Universe Unicorn says, Kendall wants a baby? Going back to Brandy. Brandy said, now I gotta watch Annie. I am currently binge watching Punky Brewster. You know Punky Brewster is back, Brandy, right? I think Punky Brewster's on Peacock, the new. Check that out. I've never seen Punky Brewster before, but I know my mom loves that show, Soleil Moon Frye. Shout out to her. But yeah, Kendall Jenner wants a baby, and I thought that was an interesting development. Something else that we heard, you guys, and we're not even gonna spend too much time on it, this whole Scott proposal thing, right? They really try to lead us to believe that Scott wants to propose to Courtney. You guys, Courtney is going to live. Oh my God. Even though we live in 2021 with computers and we have Courtney Revolution giving the tea Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to let us know that Courtney is actually really serious and dating Travis Barker. Like, girl, I get it, E. Y'all have this footage and y'all have to go with what y'all have got. Rebels, is Scott potentially proposing to Courtney the hook? Is that hooking y'all to watch the season? Even if you're going to watch already, are you even interested in that? I think that because we already know how it's going to end, I don't really care, right? That's just me, just being honest. But I do want to say that something I am interested to see how they're going to make her look is Kim and Kanye's divorce. Kim, I think, was crying in the trailer or something. I feel like such a loser. And how bad are they going to make Kanye look? Not saying that Kanye has been perfect, because we know that he's not perfect at all. None of us are. But how far are they going to show? How far are they going to go with the storytelling to show the viewer, this is why Kim has to divorce Kanye? That's my prediction. That's my crystal ball moment. I think that this season is going to show, as it relates to Kim, why she had to. I think it's going to make it seem like she just had no option. Her hands were tied behind her back. She had no choice. She just had to divorce him. I don't know. I'm very, very interested to see what is going to occur with this season. If nothing major happens, I'm not going to bring it here. I just want to be transparent with that, you guys. But if something major happens, like something with that divorce, or Scott was out cheating on Amelia, you already know we're going to come here because we live for the mess. Now, Mally is wondering, what about Larsa hanging with Scott? Now, I spoke about that on the Green Chair Chats before we went semi-daily, I believe. Larsa was out at lunch with Scott and Amelia, and I think one of Scott's kids. And I believe that they were there, one for Jonathan Shebin's birthday, Food God. But also, it was speculated that Scott was maybe trying to bring Larsa and the other ladies of the Kar-Jenner coven together again. Brissa saying Scott is irrelevant. After the Larsa mess, I don't care what happens to him. I want to ask y'all, do you think that even though Larsa is the shystiest shyster in the shyst box, do you think it would be beneficial for the Kar-Jenners to keep her closer rather than farther away? What do you think? Holly is saying, Kanye got the money, so I don't say make him look bad. Make him look sick, though, is what I think they're going to do. Pity for Kanye, understanding for Kim. Holly, that's what I hope for. If you are going to show the divorce, show it in a way that promotes, if you are someone you know is struggling with a mental health issue, please call blah, 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 blah. Talk, whatever. That's what I want. Don't make it seem like Kanye is purposely trying to like do stuff to like hurt you and get on. There's something going on upstairs, and I'll speak for myself. I like to be sensitive because I'm aware. Y'all, once upon a time ago, the video was privated ago. This was years ago. This really shows how my crystal ball was really in effect all the way back in the day. I did a video on my channel, this channel that you're watching right now, years and years and years ago, and I did it on how we should be sensitive to Kanye because he clearly is suffering with mental health issues. So if you're ever wondering like why you're watching me and you're like, well, why is Courtney always like bringing that up? It's because I've been speaking about Kanye specifically outside of the Kar-Jenners at length for a moment. I am curious to see how they will go about this, but I really do hope that even though Kanye is losing a lot, I hope in the weirdest way that he gains some sort of peace knowing that he's struggling on camera potentially, but the visibility of his struggles will hopefully push someone to maybe get the help that they need or ask for the help that they need. That's my thought. Alexis is saying, why is the food god with Larsa? Isn't that Kim's best of the best friends? It was Jonathan's birthday. It was his birthday. You know that's an excuse. You know that's an excuse. It was his birthday, of course, y'all. It's his birthday. We all hang out with our best friends, ex-friends. Y'all, Call me immature. I don't care. Call me a grown-ass man. I'm not going nowhere with somebody I don't like or my best friend don't mess with. I'm that person. My best friend go, oh, this person did this to me, and they break it down and say, this person has done me wrong. We are not cool because loyalty is a big thing with me. Shout out to all my Tauruses and Leos out there. Loyalty is a big thing with me. You're not going to play my sister or my brother and think that everything is Gucci, it's Fendi, it's cool. It's not. It's just not. And I agree. Why was he there? But girl, it was his birthday. Who knows who was in charge of the invite? I don't know. Very, very strange. Brissa is saying, I don't like that. It leaves too much room for drama. And I agree. I just agree. Ugh. And Sandra is saying, I'd like to see Kanye get well. Insane. And even if Kanye gets well, he doesn't have to be with Kim in the end. I just want him to continue to be a good parent. The music, whatever. The fashion, whatever. He a parent to them kids, I'm good. All right, y'all. Here we go. Y'all ready? I don't know if y'all ready. Before we get into this next update, trigger warning, we are going to be speaking about a topic that deals with assault and sexual nature. So if those kinds of things make you uncomfortable, girl, mute me for about 5 minutes. Let me get this out, and then we're going to get into some things, and then we're going to wrap the show up. Now, all right, y'all. 6 more women have come forward to accuse T.I. and Tiny of abuse allegations. I kid you not. 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 Remember when I said things were not looking good for T.I. and Tiny last week? Well, just when you thought it couldn't get worse, it did. 6 additional victims have come forward and accused the couple of assault, sexual assault. Daily Mail is reporting that the members include a member of the military as well as a 17-year-old minor who was interning at the time of the alleged assault. That 17-year-old is now 22 and claims that it happened on the rapper's tour bus and said that she was given a drink with 2 pills in it. She recalls that she felt hot and sweaty and remembers Tiny taking her to the back of the bus to cool off. She stated that she blacked out and woke up disrobed and feeling as though she had been violated. Now, as I've told you before, T.I. and Tiny have denied all of the allegations. But if you guys watch, you guys remember last week that I told you that it's been reported that they both tried to strike up a deal. All right, you guys. Tough stuff, but let's discuss. If you were feeling like T.I. and Tiny were not guilty before, do you feel as though they are guilty now? Tell me in the chat. Guilty, not guilty. Guilty, not guilty. Let's jump on over to the Chizzy chat. What are y'all talking about on today? Let's click on down. Yes. The allegations are getting worse and worse and more current. And I agree. Guilty. Guilty. Keisha said, I'm saying guilty. Keisha, I felt that. Patricia's saying probably guilty. Is that 11 people now? Corinna's saying T.I. and Tiny are going to jail. Pop their ass in jail. Now that's the I wish I could give out awards for comments, because like that's the one. That's the comment. Pop their ass in jail. Please pop their ass. Pop their ass in jail and then pop them once they're in the goddamn cell. Right upside the head. Because what's wrong? What's wrong? Cass is saying it's Epstein and Weinstein feels. Guilty. Evelyn is saying, I don't know who they are, but it sounds bad. Evelyn, T.I. is a rapper that has been around for years and years and years. He has a show with his wife on VH1. I think it's called T.I. and Tiny's Family Hustle or something like that. And Tiny is a member of the group Escape, which is a huge R&B group in the 90s. And so they're rather popular here in America. This just doesn't, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Holly is saying, oh man, guilty. That's what I'm thinking, y'all. And you got to think, y'all, all these stories came out about T.I. and his daughter. And well, when you do good, you ain't got to worry about getting locked up in jail. Now, do you? I don't think so. Let's get everybody off the screen so that we could talk about somebody we love. If you've been popping in and out of the show only because you saw Selena Gomez in the thumbnail and now you're finally popped in and you're ready for Selena, please leave some crowns in the chat. You know what I'm about to start doing, y'all? I'm about to start taking Selena out of the thumbnail and still talking about her. Because if you ain't watching for me, then you could just read the article, right? That's how I feel. Don't be lazy. I'm about to start doing that. Just take Selena out of the thumbnail, but still talk about her. Let's do that. So let's get some crowns in the chat and let's talk about Selena. Let's do it. Oh, I see y'all. Ew. 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 All these crowns. Y'all are ready. Patricia is saying 167 people. We need 167 crowns. And you know what? I agree. Shout out to Diana. Shout out to her. All these green hearts, crowns. I see ya. I see ya. I see ya. And I love you. Oh, I see Mika. Hey, Mika. Hey, Caroline. Hey, Mr. Makeshift. Okay, y'all are ready. Y'all said, shut up, bitch. Get into the story. Okay, I got you guys. You know I got you. Bam. Now, let's talk about Selena Gomez. You guys know that I love Selena Gomez a lot. Oh God, we ain't talking about T.I. no more. Let's just talk about Selena. Hi, Selena. Selena Gomez recently did an interview with Vogue, and there was a lot to the interview. I mean, she spoke about politics, she spoke about social media, and she spoke about her album, Revelation. Now, it was produced by Tiny, one of the reggaeton masterminds behind Bad Bunny's debut album and the big Cardi B song, I Like It. And she says that the project is really an homage to my heritage. Ooh. And she also explains that it's easier for her to sing in Spanish than to speak it. And that could have been part of the reason why the album took so long. When this is part of your heritage and you want to deliver a project speaking in that language, you want to do it right. You want to do it well. You want to be exceptional with everything that you do, right? And I so get that. However, the part of the article that has people talking is the possibility of Selena quitting singing in front of the camera, that is. Now, at one point, she spoke to the actual interviewer about being frustrated that her work hadn't exactly risen above the Selena Gomez platform. You know what I mean? I think that sometimes people just associate Selena Gomez still with being that Disney teeny bopper, children's kind of act. And I have seen lots and lots and lots of growth from her. I don't get it. But she says, it's hard to keep doing music when people don't necessarily take you seriously. I've had moments where I've been like, what's the point? Why do I keep doing this? Lose You to Love Me, I felt was the best song I've ever released. And for some people, it still wasn't enough. I think there are a lot of people who enjoy my music, and for that, I'm so thankful. For that, I keep going. But I think the next time I do an album, it'll be different. I want to give it one last try before I maybe retire music. When she's asked about it again, she says, I need to be careful. And then she kind of clarifies herself and says she wants to spend more time producing and give herself a real shot at acting. Now, what do y'all think about that? I was surprised, right? I'm not gonna lie. I was surprised to hear this news from Selena Gomez simply because I think I've enjoyed her music. I have been aware of the fact that maybe she's not as popular artistically in the way that some of her peers are, like Taylor Swift. Like, we talk about her songwriting a lot, and we talk about her Selena songwriting here too, but not in the same way that we would talk about Taylor. And so I can get the frustration of maybe Selena felt like Rare was like her top quality project, and even though we still enjoyed it, there were lots of people that still were very critical of it, and they felt like, here's Selena crying about Justin again. I didn't feel that way, but lots of other people in the general public did. So it's like, if you feel like you keep trying and trying and trying and trying in one area and people aren't giving you access, if you can't get in through that door, sometimes you got to go back outside the building, find the side door, kick it down, and walk right on in. Or you build your own door. Cam is saying it would be great to see her in a movie like A Love Story. Mika is saying heartbroken and sad. Don't be sad. Don't be sad, Mika. 901 Erica is saying, I think she's exhausted by the hate. And that could be true. We know that Selena Gomez did take that social media break a couple years ago where she just vanished off of social media. And she did say in that same article that it did bring a lot of peace to her, and it kind of helped her live in the moment and just get back to her. And let me tell you, you guys, being on social media definitely does kind of bring that peace to you, but it's also really easy to sort of slip back in and fall into the pitfall of social media as we make it our routines. I just want to ask you guys, what do you want to see Selena do next? Do you want to see her continue to sing, or do you want to see her do more acting? Do you want to see her explore other avenues? Do we want Selena and Chef season 4, 5, 6? What do you guys want to see next from Selena? While you guys tell me in the chat, I just want to remind you guys that I am still having my Revelation with Revolution Selena Gomez listening party. It will be March 12th, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Come join me here. I'll drink wine, be messy. We won't talk about my old job at all, and it'll be exciting. Corinna is saying, I'm a little sad, but support Selena. It's her life to choose, and I agree. KT is saying, I think the fact that Lose You to Love Me was one of her best songs and it got snubbed by every award show got to her. I think she knows her fans would ride for her, but maybe not the critics. K, I agree. I was surprised that Lose You to Love Me did not get a Grammy nomination. I felt like it was deserving. I'm also kind of curious to know why. I mean, maybe they did ask Selena to perform at the Grammys and she just said no. Like I said previously, I think that she needs to start off on the smaller stages again to sort of gain that confidence so that by the time she gets to a Grammys or something like that, it's just like shut out, undeniable. Adrianelli says, I love her music. I love her music too. And Evelyn is saying, I feel she is happiest as an actress. Ooh, I will be crushed if she stops. No worries. We still got the other albums to replay and get into, and I'm sure that Selena Gomez will still be around on social media, and she'll still keep interacting with the fans, right? That's one thing we don't have to worry about. And Holly is saying, I think acting, she stands alone. Maybe that's it, Holly. Maybe that is going to be the thing for her. I mean, she started off in acting with Barney. Maybe that should be the next step in her career. Interesting. Very interesting that Selena Gomez. And for the after sippers, just in case you're not watching live, and if you're watching live, answer this. What do you think Selena's potential last album would sound like? Do you think it would just be a pop record? Would it be something dramatic? Do we think it'll be something with interludes and skit? Like, what would Selena Gomez do as her final album? That's why I'm curious. I'm curious to see what you guys think. Amanda's saying, I don't know what I will do without her music. I don't want her to stop. Kat is saying her role in the fundamentals of caring was real, and I'm excited for her new movie coming soon. I want to see her in that show that she's doing in New York. What is that? Only Murders in the Building, I think it's called. I'm ready to see that one. And her co-stars in that said excellent things about her in that article. Definitely check out the Vogue article. I feel like there's a lot of good information in there. Angelina is saying, I could see her going jazzy. Brissa is saying, I want Chloe and Halle on it. KT is saying, I want the fetish Bad Liar creativity back. Rare was exceptional, but Bad Liar is one of her best. I kind of liked that era. as well. Evelina's saying, I think a mix of Shake It Off vibes. Maybe she'll just have fun and celebratory and say F the haters. You never know. Tegan is saying, English Latina album, go out with a bang. She bringing it all. And shout out to Amanda. Amanda, thank you so much. Like this video, subscribe to the Revolution Detective Agency here with me, and make sure that you guys follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I've got my podcast, my best friend Felicia, called Overheard in the Pantry. Check that out down in the description box below. We talked about like The Bachelor and Chris Harrison, and I mean, that's a mess. But get into that, and I will see you guys tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for the Green Chair Chats. Don't you forget that the world keeps spinning, and so shall you. Hold on, bitch. Let me bring it on in. And make sure that you wear your mask and wash your hands. See you guys later. Mwah!